Hey everyone, and welcome. Think of me as your virtual health coach today. I'm absolutely thrilled to guide you through this explainer, because we're going to tackle a question that pops up in almost every single one of my coaching sessions. Is that glowing little smart band on your wrist actually helping you lose fat, or is it just creating this digital illusion that's literally holding you back? We're going to break down exactly what the science says so you can finally get the absolute most out of your fitness journey. So, is your smart band lying to you? I know, it sounds a bit dramatic, right? But I really want you to think about it. I hear the specific client frustration constantly. You know the feeling, you're putting in the work, you're sweating it out, you're tracking every single step, monitoring the data like a scientist, and celebrating every single workout. But then, you step on the scale, and it simply isn't moving. It's so frustrating to feel like you're doing everything right according to the screen on your wrist, yet you're seeing zero physical results. So what on earth is going on here? Okay, let's dive into this. We are all sold a very compelling promise, right? Track more, move more, lose more fat. And honestly, it sounds completely logical. If you know exactly how many calories you're burning, you should easily be able to create a calorie deficit and drop the weight. But the uncomfortable scientific reality, it's quite different. Studies have actually found that these fitness trackers are surprisingly inaccurate when it comes to estimating the actual calories you've burned. Section 1, the science problem, inaccurate calorie burns. Now, what's really staggering here is the sheer magnitude of the error. Depending on the activity you're doing, fitness trackers can be off by hundreds of calories. Literally hundreds. This isn't just some tiny rounding error of 5 or 10 calories that we can brush off. This is a massive margin of error that completely shifts the reality of your daily energy expenditure. Let's walk through what I call the calorie trap. Here's how it happens. First, your band says you burned 700 calories, but actually you only burned 500. So it overestimates the burn by a solid 200 calories. Because your watch just congratulated you on such a stellar job, you think, hey, I earned this, and you reward yourself with a little extra food, maybe a post-workout smoothie or an extra snack. And just like that, because of inaccurate data, your intended calorie deficit is completely erased. You feel like you did everything perfectly, but biologically speaking, you're just treading water. Section 2. The core principle. What causes fat loss? And I'll tell you, I see this with my clients all the time. The absolutely crucial point is this. A calorie deficit is when your body consistently uses more energy than it receives from food. I want us to strip away all the digital noise right now. Forget about closing your rings, forget about the little fireworks popping off on your screen, and forget about hitting that arbitrary step goal. This pure scientific definition is the one and only way that fat is actually lost from the human body. So let's clarify how this builds our understanding of what actually drives real results. Hitting 10,000 steps? Fantastic for your general activity levels. Closing your rings? Great for your daily motivation. But a true calorie deficit? That is the actual reason fat loss occurs. While your watch congratulating you as a nice little dopamine hit, those digital celebrations do not inherently burn fat. Section 3. The hidden trap. Metric obsession. You know, it is incredibly easy to obsess over common metrics. Hitting those 10,000 steps, burning exactly 500 calories, logging exactly 30 active minutes. It is just so easy to focus so heavily on collecting these specific numbers that we completely lose sight of the real goal. We start treating our health like a video game where we just have to hit a high score every single day, and we forget that our bodies don't actually run on software algorithms. I really want you to take this coaching moment to heart, okay? The goal isn't collecting numbers. The goal is building habits. Sustainable habits are what you can maintain for years, maybe even decades. Think about it. If your watch breaks tomorrow or if you just forget to charge it, your health doesn't just hit pause. You can't let your healthy habits disappear just because a screen isn't there to validate them for you. Section 4. The prescription. A better way. We absolutely need a complete mental reframe here. Your smart band is not an absolute truth teller, and it certainly does not possess some special fat-burning power. Honestly, you're going to be very disappointed if you think it does. Instead, what it is simply a tool for self-monitoring and a really helpful nudge for behavior change. When we view it through this specific lens, it suddenly becomes incredibly helpful instead of incredibly frustrating. So here is exactly how I want you to use your tracker from now on. Let a low step count motivate you to take a quick evening walk. Let a whole week of inactivity clearly staring back at you on your app push you to get back into the gym. Use it for daily accountability. Research clearly shows that self-monitoring improves health behaviors. And listen to me closely here. It is the behavior change that burns the fat, not the band itself. And this brilliantly illustrates the entire concept. A smart band is like a speedometer in a car. It gives you information, but information alone doesn't move the vehicle. You are the driver. You still have to put your foot on the gas pedal. The watch can tell you how fast you're going, but it absolutely cannot do the actual driving for you. Your actions do. At the end of the day, it really all comes down to a simple truth. Consistency is greater than technology. Science suggests that consistency is still the single most powerful fat loss tool we have in our arsenal. Remember, millions of people successfully lost body fat and got into incredible shape long before smart bands were ever even invented. Technology is a nice passenger, but consistency is what gets you to your destination. As we wrap up our coaching session today, I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Before you go out and spend your hard-earned money on the newest, shiniest fitness tracker, ask yourself honestly, do you really need another gadget, or do you just need more consistency? I want you to take a second and reflect on your own relationship with your digital tools. Has your smart band actually helped you stay accountable, or has it just become another stressful gadget? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Keep building those healthy habits, and I'll catch you next time.